Hello, welcome to this week's back pain release video. We are going to be working on our lower back and our pelvis. This is really good to help with your walking that you're doing every day. Your pelvic floor, if you're getting any leaks, it's going to free up this area which can contribute to leaking. Your equipment is a strap of some kind. So I started recording this after I put Ellie down, so I couldn't get in the bedroom, so I've got a strap out the garage. Something that is rigid, not a resistance band. You need a stick, you need a massage ball or a chew toy, bouncy ball. This is a bouncy ball for massage, and you need a yoga block if you've got one. I've got 2 books, hardback books, because you're going to be standing on them. You don't want them to collapse like a softback book would. So that's your equipment. We're going to get straight into it. Okay, so just laid everything to the side. I'm going to start my timer just so I keep on track. So it is a lot to cover today. So we're starting off, we're not doing our full body warm up this time because we're doing kind of a lot of that in with the program today. And we're working on, if you could just feel, place that between your knees, feel your hip bones. Just place your hands on your hips and feel the top of your hips, and then just go down and feel the top of your thigh. So where that crease is when you bend your leg, that is where your ball and socket meet in your thigh. So we've got that mobility through there, and that's kind of what we're working on. And we can kind of get restricted through here into our hamstrings, into our glutes, into our lower back. And if something is restricted, then we tend to cheat with other areas, and that's when we can have issues if we're running or walking or carrying a baby on one hip, or just general mobility. It can cause issues with that, and then issues deep within the pelvic floor, which can then lead to incontinence issues. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Grab your stick and just place it on your back. We've done this check-in before, so placing it on your head, your upper back and your tailbone. So remember this from when we did our coccyx. So just checking in. I seem to be leaning back a little bit, so checking in there. Let's have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and we're pushing the hips back, keeping those 3 points of contact, and just seeing what areas feel tight. Just going a couple of bends, whether it's your hamstring, your lower back, whether you're trying to release anywhere or remove from the stick, swapping sides, checking those 3 points of contact, drive the hips back, just seeing how things feel, whether there's any pain through here, maybe down here or in the hip. We're just checking in. So we're going to check now again with our lower back, but we're doing a cat-cow. So placing your hands on your thighs and just checking in again with how we move. So a cat-cow is a full kind of thoracic movement back and forth, but then shoulders away from the ears, just checking in, getting our hips moving. See if we could isolate that, and again just seeing how it feels, whether there's any restriction, any pain, how you're able to flex and move, and just starting to kind of get some blood flow to the area that's rolling up. Our next exercise is kind of a flexion and extension. Again, just checking your glutes and your hamstrings. So So tucking your chin to chest, rolling down, and I'm giving you permission to kind of roll the lower back as low as you can go and see where you feel restricted, any pain, discomfort, and then exhale on the way up. And as you stand up, just kind of lean back, but keep the head forward, so like you're holding a ball under your chin. And then rolling forward again. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor like I did the first time. And just leaning back, checking if there's any pinching, any discomfort. Just seeing how things feel. So then we're doing the same thing to the side. Hips, feet kind of hip width apart, grounding those. Letting your hands slide down, kind of tilt your head and go down. We're just seeing what restriction there could be in the side of our body. And then exhale, tilt the other way. And then up. Try not to push the hips out, so keep that. And just see if that's what you're doing. See if maybe you feel like you want to kip the hips out to the side. So now we're getting into our kind of that warm-up mobility exercise where we're working the junction spot, I suppose, between our lower back and our upper back. Our lower back doesn't really flex and move that much, but we want to get some fluidity, I suppose, with everything. So we're going to do some pelvic circles, keeping the thorax, keeping the top part still, so I'm holding onto my hips. And then pause, head up, shoulders back while we're doing this. Good, and then move your hands down to your hips, just place them on your hips, and try and do the same thing with your torso. And then pause, and I'll go the other way. Think about restriction, whether one way is easier to go than the other. So this feels a bit wonky for me. So that way felt better than that way because there's a little bit of restriction. So we're going through and just trying to ease things out gradually. Do a little bit of a squat. Place your hands forward. We're going to do that rotation. So watching your fingers rotating as far as you can. And then coming back. Remember, this little squat is to lock those hips in place to get some motion over the top. And just separating the top from the bottom. Do one more. And then just coming back up, getting some mobility again through the bottom half. So we're going to go into our infinity circle, but instead of doing it just isolating, we'll just start isolated, but then we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because when we are moving, when we are walking, we are a bit more fluid. Okay, we're not robotic. So let's get the hips going, and then get it bigger and bigger and bigger. We're kind of massaging the diaphragm, getting in with the pelvic floor, and then pause. And now let's see if we can go the other way. Let's start really big, having a bit of a dance. It is a bit weird going the other way, but we can do it. We can do it. Let's get smaller, smaller, smaller. Now, how did that feel? Because your legs were staying still, you're getting more stretch through the hip joint. How did that feel? So I'm going to kind of follow on from that. I'm going to start marching, but we're not a robot, we're not Queen's Guard. When we walk, we are getting the top working, twisting with the bottom. So let's get some twists. Good. So this might affect how you breathe. Because that diaphragm is moving around, it's going to kind of massage that, affect your lungs and how you breathe. So getting everything nice and mobile and fluid. So we're going to go into our hips now. I mentioned earlier about the hip joints and getting them working and all happy, because if these aren't happy, the back's not happy, the lower back's not happy, the pelvic floor's not happy, the legs aren't happy, we're not happy. Okay, so just checking in, seeing, just take a big breath here for a second. I know I said we've got a lot to cover, but that doesn't mean that we have to rush through. So relax the tummy, relax the jaw, relax the shoulders, relax the tummy, relax the pelvic floor. Standing up nice and tall, space in your neck, space all the way down. So now we're going to start kind of massaging around here, and it's kind of a cheeky little single leg stand. We're going to go and open up our hips. We're going out, kind of stepping over the gate and back, out, and again checking in. Are you getting any clicks, any restrictions, any awkwardness? And then we'll repeat on the other side, stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, and see how this one feels compared to the other side. Okay, so the next one is, if you want to, hold on to something, grab that stick again, have the one leg up, and you're going to draw, a circle with your knee. So there's a pen on your knee, you're drawing a circle. Let's go. Like that, and then do 5, 4, go as big as you want to. And just see again where you're feeling any restrictions, any clicking, any discomfort. And then just repeat on the other side. Try not to collapse through the hip. Be mindful of how the standing hip is feeling. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now we'll check back to the original side. Bring that knee up. Your foot's like a pendulum. So tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Now we'll swap sides and see again if there's any restriction through there. And just make some notes. So everything is data, everything's information. Now have your leg out straight in front of you and see if you can rotate at the hip joint, turning your whole leg out and then in, and just check again, are you trying to lead from your foot or is the hip doing the work? My foot's trying to kind of pull in, and then now bending your knee and going same rotation. So does that feel different to when your leg was straight? And then we'll do the same on the other side. Okay. Engage the hip, don't sink in. Rotating around left and right. These are all small moves, cheeky strengthening exercise for that standing leg, working in our glutes, the glute medius, all of those which do help with our strength and stabilization. Grab your ball. I'd like you to find a wall space. And what we're going to do one side only. So you need the ball and you need your books to stand on. So what we're going to do is we have got our tailbone, our sacrum, and we're kind of imagining we're going down here and we're drawing a bit of a triangle to the top of our thigh, so that crease when we bend our leg. Okay, and what you're going to do is find a wall and you're just going to massage back and forth a little bit. Any points that make you go, ooh, opera points that make you sing out, it's like an opera singer, just pause, breathe, relax, soften the jaw, soften the shoulders, soften the tummy, soften the pelvic floor, and then carry on. If you find that you get any electric shocks or tingling or numbness, then you've probably hit a nerve. Just move off that spot. It's not supposed to feel like that. And you can hip hitch. So we're just getting in some massage. Whatever feels good for you. Now we are going to spend all day on that. Stand on your block or your books with your other side. If you're just working the right, so standing on with the left. And we're just going to swing. It's got to be high enough that if you swing your leg, you're not going to kick the floor. So swinging. Make sure you're not kicking anything in front. And just letting the weight of the leg pull on that hip joint. Okay, and then the left leg back, right leg is straight out in front. We're going to push the hips back, but we are going to bend through our back and kind of say hello to our knee. Okay, saying hello to our knee, getting a bit of flexion through here, and then coming up. You can hold on to something if you wish. You can grab your stick again and just go hello, hello. So we're limbering up, we're loosening up this area. Let's do one more. And now, holding onto that stick, and place the ball just somewhere handy. Bring the right foot up to the left thigh, and we're going in and out. So going in and out. Down, up, down, up. Just a couple. So sitting the bum back, if I turn around, sitting the bum back, stretching again, in and around this hip. Last one. Good. So now let's just roll down, remove the stick, tucking the chin to chest, rolling down as far as you can go, checking in where you feel any restrictions, see if things are feeling different now from right to left, and then maybe just do that stepping over the gate. Couple of circles, so one way and the other, tick tock, rotate. So that's feeling a lot freer. Don't know about you, that's feeling a lot freer on my side. I'm going to repeat same process on the other side. So going back to the wall, drawing that little triangle, so hitching the hip up and down, left, ooh, left to right. That was a spot. See, it makes you go ooh, like an opera singer. Big breath in and out, soften, relax. happy thoughts. If it's too much, just do gentle massages on that tight area. That took you by surprise then, could you tell? I thought my right hip was the tight one. Okay, so again, I could spend all day on that. So we're heading back now to the, that's all for the ball, to the block, standing on it with your right leg. And then make sure that's engaged. We're swinging the leg back and forth, letting the weight hang, weight of the leg just hanging down, creating some momentum to swing. Okay, stepping down, grab your stick. Right leg back, left leg forward, drive the hips back, roll down, say hello knee. So we're stretching through here, and then up, and rolling down, hello knee, and up, rolling down, hello knee, getting a nice stretch through the hamstring. Rolling down, last one, rolling down, looking at your knee, and coming up. So you've got your stick. Going to do our standing figure four stretch. So left foot on your right thigh, balancing whatever it is you're balancing it, sitting down and up, sitting down. Got two sticks, maybe hold on to two sticks. Last one. Okay, lower the stick, tuck your chin to chest, rolling down. Inhale, exhale, rolling up. Or maybe bring the stick back if you need to for balance. And then stepping over the gate. If you want to spend longer on these, by all means do it. And then circles, just 1, 2 each way, tick tock the leg, straighten and rotate in the hip, bend, rotate in the hip. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? So we're lying down now. You're going to need your strap. Don't need the blocks anymore, you don't need the ball anymore, you don't need the stick anymore. If you want to, grab a couple of pillows for your head. So I'll see you down there. Okay, so getting down on the floor, I've got my strap and I want to put that there so I can see it. Rolling onto your back. We're going to start, so we'll do our right side again. Let's do a figure four glute bridge. So your legs up. We're going to do some strengthening on this left side. We're going to inhale, exhale, going up, and just letting that hip drop, well, letting the leg drop out. Just feeling the hip height, and then let's go down. Inhale, exhale, going up. And just checking in, seeing how it feels, opening up this side. And then we're going to roll onto our front. So, oops. Cheeky bit of an extension for the back. Same leg up. We're doing a rotation. So just checking in, letting your leg fall inwards and outwards. In, out. Seeing if there's any restriction again. Where are you feeling it? Okay, and then rolling back onto your back, grab your strap, place it under the arch of your right foot, and you can keep your left leg bent if you wish. Boy, this is a long strap. Here we go. So, straightening out the leg, going to bend and extend. So bend, extend. This is a nice little massage for the foot as well. So right under where we do our kind of heel strike when we are running, or when we're walking at least. And okay. And now straighten the leg, just point the toe, flex the foot, point, flex it up. So dorsal flex, plantar flex. So just getting some mobility through up to the back of the knee, which does connect to the hamstrings. Now have it in your left hand and let your leg fall open. You can have your right hand for support on the floor. The brain likes to know it's supported. So just going down as far as you can go, lifting up again. Kind of a passive thing, and then swapping sides, let your leg go the other way, which will feel quite intense. Just breathe through it. And we're going to go to the other side again. So back down to the outside. And then swap sides. So here's the inside. Last one. Out. So we're getting the inner thigh and outer thigh muscles, getting those nice and stretched. And then pull that foot down to your knee, bring your knee towards your elbow, okay? So getting a bit of a happy baby pose. And then you can bend and straighten that other leg. A bit of a stretch through here. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky stretch. You can hold onto the strap with both hands if you want to. Okay. So then let's just bring that right leg back up into the figure 4 stretch, but now we are grabbing the lower leg, pulling everything towards you. Just take a big breath in and out through the nose. Lips together, teeth apart, tip of the tongue resting on the roof of your mouth. One more big breath. Sending it into whatever feels tight. And as you breathe out, pulling that lower leg towards you a little bit. Okay, so lower legs down, swap sides. So, hands, left foot on your right thigh. Hands on the floor, on your hips, inhale. Exhale, going up into that glute bridge. Feeling the stretch in the front of the hip. And down. Good. You can just go up and down if you wish. Let's do one more. Hold it for a few seconds. Then support on the floor if you need to. Keep breathing. Keep the hips level, try not to twist. And then going down, rolling again onto your front. Bending that left leg. So you can have your head on the floor if you want to, if the head up was a bit too much. And we're just rotating out and in, out, in, foot flexed. Cheeky little stretch for the lower back as well while we're there. So rolling it onto your back again, grab the strap. Place it under the arch of your foot. Wrap the strap around your hand a little bit. Right leg is bent. And we're just going to bring the knee to the chest and push out, so driving up with the heel. Down, driving up with the heel. Getting a nice stretch down the back of our thigh. Good, keep the legs straight. Let's point our toes and then bring toes to the nose, away from nose, towards the nose. Good, and then have the hand, opposite hand holding the strap. Let it fall out to the side, stretching the inner thigh. Try not to lift the hip off the floor. Bring it back, swapping sides, going to cross the middle of the body. And then back to the outside. Inside. One more in each side. Sets. Nice. Okay, bring it back. Happy baby, a modified happy baby, bringing the knee to your armpits. I think I said elbow last time. Bring it to your armpit. I suppose it is within the elbow as well. And then straightening and bending the right leg. Good. Okay, removing the band. Place your left foot onto your right leg. Grab behind your right leg. Have a big stretch, a big breath in through the nose. Filling into whatever feels tight. And then breathing out and relaxing. Maybe pulling that lower leg towards you a bit more. Okay, bringing that down. Let's roll to the side and get up. We're going to go into a kneeling hip flexor stretch, and we'll start again with the right knee on the floor, left knee in front. And if you're holding on to something, just have your right side closest to the thing you're holding on to. So, I'm going to tuck the hips under, and we are sliding back and forth. So this stretch is really nice for getting in the hip, in the front of the hip, which then goes over into the lower back. So back and forth, driving with the hip, so it's this part is going forward and back. Try and keep the shoulders above the hips. Now, what we're doing next is left arm, left side forward, left arm up. We're going to reach up as we do so. So we're adding that reach to touch the ceiling. And now adding something else. If it's too much, just stay at the level we're doing now. But we're going to lean to the side. So forward with a side lean. So go forward, side lean. Sit, forward, side lean. Okay, so what we've got next is if you've got the balance, place your palms together like you're praying not to fall over. And we're going to rotate the torso to the left. So I'm going towards you. My left leg is forward. Just check, I mean that kind of pulls on my knee. If you need to, like, you can always place something under your knee, a little pad, so maybe just don't go as far in and out. now let's straighten that front leg as we drive our hips back. We're going to curl over and go hello to our hamstring again. If you need to, grab those books or grab some blocks, place them under your hand here, and then lean forward into the lunge. Drive the hips back. So we're rounding through the back again. You can bring the toes to your nose, it'll change the stretch. It's up to you. Just checking that I've got the right position, yep. And now I'm going to bring our leg out to the side. So I'll turn around so you can see. So that front leg is now out to the side, and we're going to lean over that front leg. So, having a bit of a stretch again in the deep groin. Now placing your hands on the floor. I'm going to kind of rock back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. So I'll turn around again so you can tell what I'm doing. Back and forward. And now hands under the shoulders, bit of a cat-cow. Pushing the hips up, feeling that stretch, tucking them under. Okay, and then left hand on the ear. We're going to open up and go under. So pointing our elbow under and open and down. Okay, and then we're going to bring our leg back and we're going to kind of push, getting a bit of a calf stretch, and then forward, back, getting a bit of a stretch through our toes. And then bringing the knee back down. Let's just check in with how we feel space-wise. Let's just bring our arms up and down to the side. Up, down to the side. Just checking in. Let's do 3 one way, 3 the other way. So let's go back up and down. Okay, so now we're going to change sides. So left leg is the one you're kneeling on. Right leg is forward. And we're going to be gliding forward, forward and backwards. Check in with your feet. Are you gripping with your toes? Make sure your toes are nice and long. And then taking your right arm, as you lean forward, you're going to reach up to the ceiling, up to the ceiling, up. Good. And then if you want to, lean forward and then reach to the side. Lean forward, reach to the side. So any bit of a stretch through our abs. Last one. And then we are doing our, so praying again that we don't fall over, and rotating around, checking in with how you feel, checking what your toes are doing, checking what your knees doing maybe. Keep your hands over your sternum, and then going to drive back, hold on to something if you wish, drive back, go hello hamstring, ooh this side's tighter, back to the lunge, hello hamstring, back to the lunge. Last one. And then coming back, so having that gate pose. If you want to, you can place your hands up behind your ears and just bend that way. I'll show you that, like that. A bit of a stretch, hands on the floor, rocking back and forth. Nice, and then little cat-cow, tucking the hips under, rounding through the back. And then hands, let me turn around so make sure that you can see me. Hands behind the ear, so right hand behind the ear. Bring your elbow down, bring it up, opening up to see me, like that. And then down. Let's do one more. Oh, that's a nice stretch down the side. So going to bring our leg back and we're going to pulse back and forth, stretching our calf, stretching our toes. Ooh, good. So it's coming up. Just checking how I'm feeling. Just see how things are. We're going to be lying down. We've got last few things to do. Lying on your side, rolling onto your back. Bit of a cheeky strength exercise. Placing one foot up to the sky. We're going to do the alphabet. Uppercase, lowercase, whatever works for you with the leg. So A, B, C, D. Get the foot involved. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, W, X, Y, Z. And now we're going to do an exercise where you are kind of reaching out and then coming overhead. So you're going to pick a cherry with your toes and then you're going to flick it overhead. Reach, grab the cherry and flick it overhead. Reach, flick it overhead. And then let's do some hip circles. Oh, actually, let's bend the knee and draw a circle with your shin. But try and balance a drink on that shin. And then pause, go the other way, hands on the floor if you wish. And last one. So place that leg down, other leg up, do the alphabet again. Now if you're doing it with your non-favourable hand, it might be a bit tricky, but doesn't matter. C, D, E, F, G. Doesn't matter if they're backwards, I can't see them anyway. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, grab that cherry and flick it overhead. Grab the cherry, flick it overhead. Grab the cherry, flick it overhead. Grab the cherry, flick it overhead. We're going to do a couple of circles. Same as we did straight leg. On the other side, big as you want to, and then bend the leg and balance that drink on your shin. Go as big as you're able. Just 3 one way, pause, 3 the other way. Keep breathing. Lower that leg down. Roll to the side and get up. So that is us finished. Hope that feels all good. You can have another check-in with those stretches that we did if you wish. So we can stand up. Let's do that. We've got a couple of minutes. So standing up, checking in with our stepping over the gate. To the other side, stepping over the gate. And now circle, other way, circle the leg, and the other way. So have a think, tick tock, tick tock, yeah, have a think about what was restricted before, what felt like it freed up and which movements did that. You can always practice those later on. If you want me to split these into sections, then by all means let me know and I can do that. We're just going to check in with our hip hinge. So tailbone, upper back and head, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Let's see how flexible you're feeling. Any restrictions? Feel a bit freer, swapping sides. So that feels, I can't quite remember any restrictions previously, but that does feel like it's a bit more lubricated than before, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know in the group how you felt. Any questions, please again, let me know. And I will catch you next time. Bye for now.